Hi, and welcome to Race Chat.
We're back.
Yes, this is episode 12, and we are back with episode 12. Today we've got two things to talk about.
Just two? I think more than two. Let's see.
We have the Azerbaijan GP.
Yes.
The NASCAR Sonoma race.
But also we should probably touch on last weekend.
Yes.
The Indianapolis 500.
In which, first up in the Indy 500, Stephen Wilson crashed in the pits and he was out of the race.
Yeah, that was a recurring theme. Drivers spinning in the pits, and I think some of the articles in Racer.com talked about that maybe some of the teams were setting their brakes back.
Yeah.
The drivers couldn't stop in time, so Stephen Wilson spun in the pits.
Stephen Wilson crashed in the pits. Will Power spun in the pits.
Yep.
And then Graham Rahal's tire came off and he crashed. And then the tire came off and hit Connor Daly and broke his front wing.
Yeah, that was tough because Graham had a very good car. Looked like he was going to potentially compete for the win. However, fastest race in history, 190 miles an hour average speed.
Yep. And also Simona Di Silvestro spun.
She did.
And hit the wall, I believe, lightly, and then she was out of the race. And the big news for the Indy 500, four-time winner, Helio Castro-Neves.
Congratulations, Helio. Let's see, this was his fourth Indy 500 win.
Yeah.
His first race, I believe, with Meyer Shank Racing. And that was Meyer Shank's very first IndyCar win. What a way to do it. It was an exciting race, good passing, and it was a close race despite only having two caution flags. So that was great.
Yes.
Let's see. What else are we talking about?
Also today we had the Azerbaijan Formula One GP. Yes.
One of my favorites.
Yes.
Cool course.
And a bunch of stuff happened in qualifying where a bunch of stuff crashes. Yes.
It's a street circuit, so there's not really much runoff, and if you make a mistake, you could be in the wall.
Yes, Lance Stroll crashed in qualifying and there was damage to his wheel. Antonio Giovinazzi crashed in qualifying. Daniel Ricciardo did. And then Yuki Tsunoda and Carlos Sainz crashed. I believe that Yuki Tsunoda was in the wall, and then Carlos Sainz crashed trying to avoid him. And then, now onto the race. It was very tight into the first turn. And
Leclerc got away, but
Hamilton eventually passed him, and there was a power unit failure for Esteban Ocon, and he had to retire. And then later in the race, Lance Stroll had a crash.
Tire failure.
Yes. And then a couple of laps later, the same thing happened to Max Verstappen, where he went into the wall. And he was the race leader.
Yes, and so, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix has a very long main straightaway, 1.4 miles, and the cars they build up a lot of speed, tough on tires, and the Verstappen crash, that was 5 laps from the end. They ended up red flagging, doing a restart with Perez starting first and then Hamilton second.
And then on the restart, we saw that Hamilton's brakes were smoking really bad, and then that cost him as Hamilton locked up and went into the runoff and lost tons of positions. Last car running.
Yes. No, I don't know if he was last car running. I think Latifi maybe was as well. But this is the kicker because Verstappen crashed. He was the points leader. And Hamilton, Hamilton really needed to do is to maybe finish second, and he would have regained the points lead. Apparently what happened, he had his brakes on the wrong setting for the restart, and when he went into the first turn, he applied the brake pedal, couldn't slow himself down, and so that was an issue. So he cycled all the way to the back, is out of the points, and that means Verstappen keeps the lead. So that was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and then NASCAR was at Sonoma today. The race just finished up.
There were a bunch of incidents. Yes,
Too many to name, really.
Yes, Ricky Stenhouse spun crashed into the wall. There was a big one where I believe 5 or 6 cars were involved. A couple of spins. And then Cody Ware and Ryan Preece had contact. Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell, I believe, or Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman crashed. And yeah,
so many incidents, but Kyle Larson was dominant. He clearly had the fastest car all day, so that means Kyle Larson with 2 wins in a row. He won at Charlotte last weekend for the 600, and he wins at the Sonoma Road Course this weekend.
And Anthony Alfredo and Christopher Bell had trouble. Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell, I think, hit the wall, and maybe Alex Bowman and Anthony Alfredo. There were many incidents, just too much to name. Christopher Bell had an engine failure. Bubba Wallace with a flat tire, just too much.
Yeah, lot of incidents, which is kind of par for the course at Sonoma for NASCAR Cup.
Alex Bowman off the track.
Yep.
Tons of cars going into the gravel. I believe Truex, Logano, Elliott, all those. Yeah, and yes. So is that all we have to talk about?
I think so.
So this has been Race Chat. And if you'd like to see more of our videos and watch me be silly, simply hit the like button. Also subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to see more of our videos. Alrighty, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.